Hi everyone, my name is Tierica Stellovan and I'm just a regular human being out here trying to make it and someone who truly does believe in the city of Springfield. And I came to share an essay I wrote called The World We Are Building for Our Students. I'm worried about whether the groundwork we're laying will create opportunities for future generations to thrive or whether the systems we have in place are too often steering people towards crisis instead of opportunity. Our laws, our policies, our priorities, our rules, our standards. During my time in jail, most of the time I was praying that my son would never end up in there. And since that very moment, I've honestly looked at our city through a different lens. And as I observe what's happening, I cannot help but think about the kids. Every policy that gets passed, every budget that gets approved, every system we have in place eventually reaches somebody's child, whether we intended to or not. And I think about what they're witnessing and how they're taking everything in and how those experiences will shape the people they become. When I think about the beloved Sonia Massey, my heart goes out to her children because they represent so many children who are left to carry the consequences of systems and circumstances they did not create or choose. And when all the headlines fade, they are the ones who will continue living with the impact of everything that's happened. I think about families having to move from place to place because they can't afford housing right now, but don't qualify for any assistance. Families who can barely afford bills, groceries, or basic necessities, doing everything they can to make it, yet still struggling. Families working long hours, making every sacrifice they can, yet still are unable to create stability in how in the middle of all of that is a kid. I cannot help but think about how those realities affect students' outcomes. And even if we judge them only by the numbers, only by the standards we designed, the numbers will tell us that our students need our attention. But we don't need statistics to tell us that many of these kids out here are struggling because we can observe it. We see it in their experiences, their families, their communities, and the challenges that they bring with them into school. And it doesn't just suddenly stop when they graduate high school. These same patterns often follow many of them into adulthood. As a former college student who attended UIS in Lincoln Land, as a young wife and mother, I had the unique experience of going to college with my husband at the time. I knew so many students who could not afford housing. I knew so many students who were sleeping in their cars and, in the worst cases, getting caught by RAs from sleeping in their friends' dorm rooms. Springfield has thousands of college students who travel near and far just to earn their degree here, yet our colleges can only provide housing for a very small fraction of them, which means the majority of those students are also relying on the private housing market, which we all know has become increasingly difficult to afford. There's very little publicly available data on student housing insecurity in most cities, but not because it's not happening. It's just not consistently documented or reported. So, as a mother, a student advocate, and someone who truly does believe in the city of Springfield and the future generations, I've just been asking myself, what kind of world are we building for our students? We can't treat their outcomes as though they rest solely on the shoulders of the Board of Education, the school district, teachers, or parents. Every system in place contributes to the conditions these kids are growing up in. And if we're serious about improving student outcomes, then we have to be just as serious about improving the environment surrounding them. Are we doing our part to help build a world where every child has the opportunity to thrive? These kids aren't just the future of Springfield or Illinois, they're the future of our world. And the future of our society depends on whether we build a city where every child at least has the opportunity to become who they're meant to be. Because kids don't get to choose the world they're born into, the adults do. And one day, they will inherit every decision we make today. So the question isn't just what kind of adults these kids will become, it's what kind of world we will leave waiting for them when they do. Thank you.
Thank
God
you.
bless y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you as well, ma'am.
Roger.